All right, students, welcome for an important session on haloalkanes and haloarenes. Because we in haloalkanes and haloarene students, we are going to study the properties of. Let me take black pen. Properties of haloalkanes. When I will discuss the properties, there will be two type of properties which we are discussing in organic chemistry always students. First we are talking of physical properties. ठीक है? Physical properties. Now in the physical properties students, what we study in organic chemistry, we will be studying their melting points, boiling points students. What we want to study? Melting points, boiling points, and you want to study solubility in water, then you may also study their density. So always we are studying some of these properties students whenever we are talking of the physical properties. And here you are talking of alkyl halides or haloalkanes. In general formula you are saying Rx. ठीक है? This is a general formula which is CnH2n plus 1x. What is the halogen X students? It could be FCl, Br or I. ठीक है? Okay. Now the question is, what type of forces are there? If I consider boiling point student, here I have given a chart which is given in your NCERT book, boiling points. What do you mean by boiling point? Boiling point means there is a liquid and you will boil the liquid, the temperature at which the liquid will go into the gas state, that is the boiling point at the atmospheric pressure. It will depend on what factors. Here you are having Rx. Supposing first, if R is the same, ठीक है, and X, we have told you X, FCl, Bri, the halogen can change. What can happen? Halogen can be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Now, what will happen? Supposing I say that you have a compound student which is CH3, CH2. If I start from fluorine students, you have CH3, CH2Cl. If you have CH3, CH2Br, and if you have a compound CH3, CH2I students. What is changing here? Tell me in these compounds what is changing. This is the same, R group is same, this group is same, this group is same, this group is same. ठीक है? What is changing? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Now we say that arrange them in the order of increasing boiling point. Supposing you have to arrange in the increasing order of boiling points. Can you tell me students what property you will use here for determining the boiling point? One or two questions are given in the paper on the boiling points. What property we are using students for determining the boiling points of these? R is same. This is my R group. This is same in all the cases. Okay. Now what forces are there? What other forces are there? Attractive forces which are responsible for the boiling points of the liquids. Can you name that force which we use? What is that known as? 11th class, you have studied that. Which force we are using? Van der Waal. Van der Waals force is of Van der Waal force of attraction. There are Van der Waal forces. Students, tell me, Van der Waal forces depend on what? Which property? It depends on the size and mass of the halogen. The bigger the mass, what this Van der Waal property depends, students. The Van der Waal force of attraction depends on mass and size of the halogen.
Hello.
Hello?
Sir, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, I think my audio wasn't audible to you before.
Okay. What I am discussing, students, are the physical.
Van der Waals forces, sir.
Okay. What I said that with increase in size and mass of the halogen, van der Waal forces of attraction will increase or decrease. With increase in size and mass of the halogen, van der Waal force,
Sir, they'll increase with the increase in size and mass.
they will increase. As there are,
Yes, increase.
as the molecular mass increases, as there are more electrons, more protons, more particles in that, student, the van der Waal force will increase with the size and mass of the halogen. Therefore, I can say that in these compounds which I have listed, the order could be CH3, CH2. If I have to increasing order, then which is the lowest order? CH3F, CH3, CH2Cl. This is less than CH3, CH2Br, and this is less than CH3, CH2I. So this is the order of the boiling points. I, it has the largest mass in all these halogen because the R group is the same, students. Therefore, this is the order of the boiling points. Any doubt here?
No, sir.
This is the order of the boiling point. Now we are coming to the second thing. If the halogen is same, I am saying halogen is the same, students, and I increase the carbon chain. What I do? Increase the carbon chain, students. Carbon number, I increase the carbon number. What is the result of that? The number of carbon increases, what will happen? With increase in number of carbon, the molecular mass will increase, students. The molecular
Yes,
mass,
sir.
the molecular mass, the size is increasing. Therefore, van der Waal force will increase. What will happen? The van der Waal attractive forces will increase. They will increase, students, and boiling point will also increase. Boiling point will increase.
Increase, yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. But what happens
No, sir.
in case of branching? Branching, students. Supposing you have a carbon chain, students, and same number of carbons. You have same number of carbons. But when branching will take place, if branching takes place, what will happen? What is the result of branching, students? The more branched the R group is, more branched the R group is, what is the result of that? Surface area becomes less. Surface area decreases, students. And as a result of this, van der Waal force decreases. Van der Waals attractive force, students, decreases. Therefore, boiling point will decrease. Boiling points will decrease, students. There will be a decrease in the boiling point. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we have given compound students for comparing the boiling points. You can see that this chart itself shows that what is happening. CH3X, CH3, CH2X, as the carbon chain is increasing. What is the result of that, students? With increase in carbon chain, the result is there is an increase in the boiling points. Increase in the boiling point takes place with increase in the carbons. As the carbon number increases, the boiling point is increasing, as you can see. CH3, these compounds have higher boiling point than this. You can see that they are like higher. This is higher than this. This yellow, if you compare, this is higher. This is higher because the number of carbons is more. And if I change the halogen, the color of the halogen, you can see Cl is red, Br is this Br is blue, and I is yellow. The I is the largest in size, therefore you can see there is an increase in boiling point with increase in size of the halogen.
Size of the atom. Yes, sir.
So with the increase in mass of the halogen, the boiling point increases. With increase in carbon chain, the boiling point increases, students. But in case of branching, here you see how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is the most branched? This one.
Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, sir.
So the boiling point order is like this
Okay.
because this has a smaller surface area and this has the weakest van der Waals force. The branching decreases the surface area of the molecule because it has become, this is a surface area is more, because of the branching the surface area decreases, surface area becomes less here, therefore the boiling point decreases, boiling point decreases. So there was a question given in the paper based on these students. We can give and explain the trends of boiling points very easily by using van der Waals attractive forces. And everywhere the size mass will increase, van der Waals force will increase. That we already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem here. We are coming to the next thing. The important question which was given was, student, on the melting points. Student, what is happening? Melting points means that you have solids and you are melting solids. ठीक है? Melting point means what? You dealing with solids. You have solid
Yes,
compound.
sir.
You will melt it. Melting point will depend on what? What is the attractive force between these particles in the solid state? What we are talking? Attractive force. Attractive force between the molecules, ठीक है, in solid state, in the solid. The problem with the solid is there is a crystal lattice. Solid, so there are crystal lattice. You will see that in the solid state chapter, we are talking of crystal lattice, students. What is the meaning of crystal lattice? There is a lattice arrangement of the particles. If that arrangement changes, then melting point will change. And interestingly, what we find that here a question is given. What is the question? That you can see that I have how many dichlorobenzenes are possible? How many dichlorobenzenes are possible, students? You know that monosubstituted benzene only one. Dichlorobenzenes, how many are possible? You know, three isomers are possible. Which one? Ortho, meta, and para. Dichlorobenzenes. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can see their boiling points are not that much different. The boiling points of the three are close to each other. But the melting point, if I see the melting point, the question is on the melting point. You will find that para dichlorobenzene has higher melting point than ortho and para isomers, ortho and meta isomers. That is the question, student. Why students? Why the para is having higher melting point than ortho and meta? This question was given in the exam. What do you think is the answer, students? What is your answer? As I said that you are having a solid now. In the solid, the crystal lattice packing is very important. The particles are packed in a crystal, students. And you know, if packing is very good, then what will be the result of that? If the packing is loose, then melting point will be less. If packing is a good packing, strong packing, then what will be happen?
Hmm.
So you
It will
have a
be
bad
high, sir.
packing or you have a good packing student. What is the result of that? Which will have a better packing? Out of these three isomers, I have shown these isomers. देखो melting point of this 256 Kelvin, meta 249. They are quite close, but melting point of para dichloro 323 Kelvin. It's quite high. The melting point of para is quite high as compared to ortho and meta isomers. What is the reason for this, student? What is that? Why it has a high melting point? Why para isomer has a high melting point, students? You can see that this molecule is highly symmetric. Is it symmetric or not? As compared to these, tell me this.
Yes, sir, it is.
If I have to pack these particles together, which packing is going to be more close and better? Because these are very symmetric particles, they will be packed more closely and better as compared to these two. So I can say that the para isomer student, as compared to ortho and meta, para isomer is having better symmetry, is having is very symmetric, is symmetric. ठीक है? And therefore then what will be the results? It fits in crystal lattice, better, more strongly. And the result of that is that if you will try to melt, you will need more energy to melt it. Because this packing is closer, more strongly means closer packing, students. Therefore, you will need more energy to melt it. Therefore, para isomer has higher melting point than ortho and meta isomer. Got the answer? You can
Yes,
note it down. This question was given in the paper, students. Such questions are asked in the exams, so we should be careful. Okay, next question. Most of the times we will be discussing question answer, students. That we are talking about the density, students. You are given C3H7Cl. You are given C3H7Br. You are given C3H7I. You have to arrange them according to increasing density, students. Can you tell me which has the highest density here? Arrange them in the order of increasing density, students. You are given these compounds which will
yes, sir.
having more density. And why?
Sir, iodine has the highest density, C3H7I.
Why you have to give the reason
Sir,
for?
because I is the biggest out of them.
Biggest, then what it means biggest? Is that the answer?
Sir, they'll be more closely packed.
It has nothing to do with that. Here,
Okay.
what is the formula of density? Mass per unit volume, which has a bigger mass per unit volume here. Here, mass is important. Cl, Bri, which has the largest mass, students. The mass will outweigh all other factors here. The volume increase is small, but mass increase is very large. You know, it has a larger mass. You know the mass numbers of these, you will see the mass numbers, you will see the result.
Yes.
The mass of this is very large, so density increases. This has more density, this has more density. Density is mass per unit volume. Student, you can apply this formula and you can see two factors are there, mass and volume. Volume is not increasing to that extent, but mass increases to a large extent. Therefore, density increases. As you can see, the numbers have been given in gram per milliliter. The density is increasing down the group. Here you see CH2, Cl2, CHCl3, CCl4. Density increasing. Why? There are two Cl, 3Cl, and 4Cl. Hydrogen is being replaced by Cl, which has a bigger mass, Cl or hydrogen.
Cl, sir.
So with increase in number of Cl, density is increasing down the group. You know, sometimes they ask such questions in the paper, students. So we have to be careful. And another question which we are coming students now. Question 1, 2, question number 3. Explain the solubility of alkyl halides in water. Question. Explain the solubility of alkyl halides in water, students. Will they be soluble or not? That is our question. What will happen if you put them in water? Water is a solvent which is commonly used everywhere. So we always trust the solubility in water, always. There are two types of compounds which are soluble in water, and compounds which are not soluble in water, students. What do you think will happen? What is the answer, students? Do you have any answer or not? You see that water is what type of solvent? Water, H2O, students, what type of solvent is this? It has a high dielectric constant and it is a protic polar solvent. And moreover, there is one more thing about hydrogen. It is, what is there in the hydrogen? If I have H molecules, what they are doing, students? What these molecules are doing, students? Here you have negative, positive, 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 negative, positive. What is happening here? What is this called? In the water, what you have? In the water, what you have, students? You have intermolecular hydrogen bonding. What do you have?
Molecular hydrogen bonding, yes, sir.
Hydrogen bonding. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now you have to break this if you want to dissolve anything into it. Energy, you will need some energy to break them, but haloalkanes don't have that much energy to break it because they cannot form hydrogen bond. They don't have a tendency to form hydrogen bond. There is nothing. And if they cannot form hydrogen bond with water, then what will happen? Their solubility will not be there. They will be very slightly soluble in water. They have very little solubility in water, or I can say they are not soluble in water because they cannot break the hydrogen bond which are present in the water molecules. But they will become soluble in non-polar type of solvents. Do you know what are non-polar solvents, students? Do you know any example of the non-polar solvent, students? In organic chemistry, a lot of non-polar solvents are used, like CCl4, CaCl3, benzene, all that. So they are likely to dissolve in those type of solvents where no hydrogen bonding is involved. So like dissolves like. You have heard about it, like dissolves like. Therefore, their solubility is very less. So here a question has been put to the students. Arrange each set of the compounds in order of increasing boiling points. You can see on the board, students, a question for you. You have to arrange them in increasing order of the boiling points. Increasing order of the boiling points. Students, you can try this so that I can get some space for answering this question. You have the compounds, arrange them in increasing order of boiling points. Every answer has to be justified. Reason has to be given, students. You have to provide reason. Reason has to be given. Okay? Every question you give the reason.
Hello.
Hello, give the reason.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer?
Sir, for?
What is the answer?
Sir, for?
For the question, this arrange each of the following compounds in order of increasing boiling points. This question.
Okay.
This is the question. Bromomethane, bromoform, chloromethane, and dibromomethane. Given these compounds, you are asked to arrange them in increasing order of boiling points. A question like this has already been given in the paper once. So they can give such questions in the exam.
So it will be, I think, dibromomethane.
First, you should be able to write the formulas of this compound. Otherwise, you won't be able to get anything out of this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For.
What is the formula? Bromomethane CH3Br.
So bromomethane is.
What is?
Sorry. I wrote it down. I'll tell you. So it is CH3Br.
CH3Br is
Bromomethane.
and what is bromoform?
Sir, bromoform. 2 minutes, sir. Let me write it. Sir, bromoform is CHBr3.
Yes. I told you bromoform, iodoform is CHI3, chloroform is CHCl3. They are important compounds. We must know their common names, very important. Chloroform, bromoform, iodoform. When I say chloroform, bromoform, that means there are 3 halogens in that. The next one is chloromethane. Chloromethane. Then what is the next one, students? Dibromomethane. Dibromomethane. These are the compounds. Now you have to arrange them in increasing boiling point. Increasing boiling point, student. Arrange them in order of increasing boiling points.
Sir, I think it will be first will be I think bromoform.
Which has the highest boiling point? Okay, let me put it this way.
So I think bromoform.
This CHBr3 has the highest boiling point.
Yes, sir, bromoform.
CHBr3 has the highest boiling point.
Then, sir, I think it will be dibromomethane.
Then CH2 Br2.
Br2.
That mass Br is larger in mass.
Yes,
After
sir.
that,
Sir, after that bromomethane, then chloromethane.
so as the mass increases, the boiling point increases. This is the order of the boiling point of these compounds. Some different type of questions can be given where they try to give different combinations, and we have to able to answer these questions. Is there any doubt in these? These are all
No,
physical
sir.
properties which we were
No,
talking.
sir.
Okay. Now, coming to the chemical reaction are the most important topic on these, and what type of chemical reactions they will show. Usually, when I talk of chemical reaction, student, you know that here what type of bond we are having. This is our halogen. This is a carbon. What is the electronegativity of halogen is more or carbon is more? Which is more electronegative, students?
Sir, out of
Carbon and halogen. X is halogen.
halogen, sir.
Halogen is more electronegative. They belong to group 17. You already know. Group 17 element. They are one short of the outermost electron configuration, inert gas configuration. NH2NP5. They need only one electron to go to the next inert gas elements. This is more electronegative than this, students. We know about it. More electronegative than this. What is going to happen? Carbon is positively charged, halogen is negatively charged, students. If there is a nucleophile, what is a nucleophile, students? You have been told about nucleophiles, electrophiles. What are nucleophiles, students?
Sir, they are attracted towards negative
They are attracted towards
electrons.
nucleophiles are attracted towards negative. Who said that? Nucleophiles are reagents.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry. Those are electrophiles. They are attracted towards positive. Yes, nuclear level.
Nucleophiles will have some negative charge or lone pair of electrons. And where they will be attacking, students. Nucleophile, this is positive, this is negative. Where the nucleophile will attack? This carbon, because it is positive, nucleophile is going to be attacking here. And you can give me some examples of the nucleophile. There are so many examples of the nucleophiles. What will happen then? This group will leave. And the result of this, you know what we said. Nucleophile is attached to, students. Nucleophile is attached here. And what happens? X minus leaves. This is called the leaving group. This is our nucleophile. This is our nucleophile, student, and you, where it attacked on this carbon. So what is happening? This reaction is example where this X is removed by, this is displaced by the nucleophile. And such reactions are known as nucleophilic substitution reactions. What do we call them as? Nucleophilic substitution reactions. The most important reaction of haloalkanes.
Yes.
Most important reactions of haloalkanes are nucleophilic substitution reactions. Can you give me some examples of nucleophiles? There are so many nucleophiles, not one. What are the nucleophiles which we are using in organic chemistry, student? Can you give me some examples of the nucleophiles?
Sir, that we?
Examples of the nucleophiles?
Okay.
Because there will be large reactions and large examples which we will be using. You have OH minus.
Sir, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus.
You have Cn minus students.
Br minus, I minus.
Cr minus, what is Cr minus?
Sir, bromine negative.
Halogens X minus 2s.
Yes,
X
sir.
is already there. No? That's why X is already there in this.
Sir, NH3 I think is a nucleophile. NH3.
RNH2. You have water. Lewis bases, all Lewis bases. Those which have lone pair of electrons, they have lone pair of electrons which they can donate.
Hmm.
They are all examples of this. Even alcohols, you will see, have lone pair of electrons. So you have so many groups which we are going to discuss, students, which are going to act as the nucleophiles, negatively charged,
Hmm.
negatively charged elements. All these, and they will be displacing these groups. You may even have R minus. What is R minus known as? What is R minus in organic chemistry, student? What is this? Carbon ion? You are aware of carbon ion. That means so many reactions will take place, not one. And the result will be large number of compounds. And one more thing I want to tell you, there among the nucleophile there is something called ambident nucleophile. Now this is going to the most important question. Ambident. Ambident. Let me rub this. Ambident nucleophiles. Can you tell me what are ambident nucleophiles, students? This is the most important. We're putting a red mark on this. Most important. Ambident nucleophiles. And every time inorganic chemistry also I will get a question on that. What are ambident nucleophile, students? Can you tell me? Can you give me examples of ambident nucleophiles? Examples of ambident nucleophiles. Examples of ambident nucleophile, students. There will be some molecules, some substances, there will be some groups, species, which will have more than one nucleophilic atom. There are going to be some groups or species which will have more than one nucleophilic atom present in them. Can you tell me
Yes, sir.
examples of that? There will be. Huh?
Sir, of what? Of what, sir? I didn't hear you.
Huh?
Sir, I didn't hear you, sir. Examples of?
Ambident nucleophile.
Uh,
Can you name some
I have a nuclear example, sir.
nucleophile? This is an important question. Important. It will
Let me think, sir. 2 minutes.
they have more than one nucleophilic atom. That means they
Sir,
can bond from more than one atom.
yes, sir. Sir, maybe I don't know, sir. I need sir SCN, maybe SCN.
HCN is an acid. We have written, for example, if I write CN, students, there is a lone pair of electron, and here this is a negative charge. So either nitrogen can bond with the carbon. If I have alkyl halide, this is my alkyl halide. This will leave. This is coming. Either nitrogen can join with this carbon or carbon can join. So there are two centers. Either this atom or this atom. For example, if you have alkyl halide and if you have, I am saying Cn minus, then you may get RCN or you may get RNC. What is the difference between these compounds? You already know. This is called nitrile.
Yes, sir.
And this is called isonitrile. Under what conditions we will show you that which compounds will form nitrile and which will form isonitrile. But these are called ambident nucleophiles. Ambident nucleophiles. And there is another group also, NO2. NO2 students. Here you have minus and here you have. So either nitrogen can join or oxygen can join with the carbon. Here there are two centers. Two atoms which can act as a nucleophile. So you can get nitrite compounds or you can get nitro compounds. We will see that. So there are two atoms which can act as nucleophiles, not one. Here only one. Here we are saying only one nucleophilic atom in all those which we showed. But in ambident nucleophiles, you have two atoms. Two atoms which can act as nucleophiles. Therefore, there will be two types of compounds in such cases. And this is an important question for the paper. Okay. All right. Now here we have a list of, as I told you, student, what is happening is you have alkyl halide. A nucleophile will come, which will be negatively charged. And this will leave and this will come. The result is RNU, students, plus X minus. So this is an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction. This group has been substituted by the nucleophile. These are called nucleophilic substitution reactions. And in this table, students, a table has been given in your NCERT book where we have shown you different nucleophiles and the products which they can produce. This is very important reactions for conversion, students, because alkyl halides offer a very good method of converting compounds, forming different type of compounds.
Yes, sir.
Supposing here you see that nucleophile, this is my nucleophile, this is my reagent. Reagent has got this nucleophile and these are the products which are formed. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Student, if I'm saying if OH minus is my nucleophile and this is my R group, this is our alkyl halide, students. If this comes, then what will be formed? ROH. What are these compounds known as? What is this? If the nucleophile is OH, what is the product? What is the name of these compounds? Help me. What are these compounds? Alcohols?
Yes, sir. Yes, alcohol.
So you can convert alkyl halide into alcohols. And if you have water, water is also a nucleophile. There is a lone pair of electron. Again, you are going to get alcohols.
Yes,
and if I have compound, student, like what is this known as? This will be very important reaction which we will be studying. What is this? Negatively charged?
Yes, sir.
What is the name of this? What is this known as? For example, if you have sodium plus this is called sodium alkoxide.
Okay.
R-O. What will be the product in this case? What you will get? R.
R, sir.
O R dash. What is this known as? What are these compounds, students? What is
sir,
this?
these are esters. Ether.
These are not
Ether. Sorry, ether.
Ethers.
Sir, ether. Ether, sir, ether. My bad.
This we are able to prepare ether. Students, they are ethers. You are preparing ethers by this method. This is a very important reaction. We are going to study this sodium alkoxide reaction with alkyl halides. Williamson synthesis of ether is very important. Will be asked in the paper. These are all examples of nucleophilic substitution. And if I use NH3, students, this is a nucleophile. If it reacts with alkyl halide, then what you are getting? RNH2. What are these compounds known as? What is this? Tell me, what is this compound? What is it known as? Primary amine,
Yes, sir.
primary amine. And if you are having RNH2 students, then what will happen? What will happen, student? What product you are getting? You are getting R. Let me put it R dash. R R dash. What is this? These are called secondary amines. We will study all this in our course we have.
Mm.
So we have shown you large type of the compounds which can be prepared from alkyl alcohols, ethers, amines, nitriles, nitro compounds, esters, hydrocarbon. There is a whole list of these.
Mm.
And here I have mentioned something. This I'm putting a star because this question will be there. Ambident nucleophiles.
Yes, sir.
The question which was asked is here, which I want to discuss. Student, rest of the table is before you. You can easily see. What happened is that if you react CH3Br with KCN students, the product is RCN. But if you react CH3Br with AgCN, the product is RNC. This is called nitrile. This is called isonitrile.
Mm.
Now you have to explain. This is an important question for the paper. Explain.
Mm.
Important question. Why and how you will explain it, students? That is a question.
Huh.
This is a question for you. This is called nitrile. And this is your isonitrile. So how will you explain it, students? Important question, which will be there in the paper. Question answer, question answer. Important questions we have to discuss which have been asked.
Mm.
What is, can you provide any answer to us, or we have to give an answer? What is the answer of this? Answer of this question, very important. I am saying CN is ambident nucleophile. ठीक है? देखो, no cramming, no रट्टेबाजी.
Mm.
Understand the reaction. Understand the reaction. I will decode everything. I'll decode the entire chemistry book. Don't worry. Ambident nucleophile, and if I see the Lewis structure of this, you have been told how to write the Lewis structures. Carbon is how many electrons in the outermost? 4. Nitrogen, how much? How many electrons in the outermost shell of nitrogen?
Mm-hmm.
Nitrogen is 5, and since it is Cn minus, 1 more electron. 10 electrons are.
Yes, sir.
How will you write then? 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then negative charge will come. Negative charge on the nitrogen, I told you, you can find the formal charge on each atom. You calculated now in one of the lectures.
Yes, sir.
This is either this is a nucleophile or this is a nucleophile. Either carbon or nitrogen. So you getting two products.
Mm.
Now what happens when you are using KCN? This is an ionic compound. Ionic. It will dissociate to give K plus Cn minus. Ions. Ionic compound gives ions.
Mm.
Now what will happen if you have CH3Br? If you have this compound, students, this is the nucleophile. Now this carbon attacks this carbon.
Mm.
Because either nitrogen attacks or carbon attacks. Nitrogen can give lone pair.
Yes,
But
sir.
carbon bond is more stable.
Huh.
So what will happen then? You will get CH3 C triple bond N. Because carbon bond more stable. Then कार्बन नाइट्रोजन बॉन्ड, ठीक है, this is more stable, that will be formed. But AgCN is covalent compound, then it will not form ions. It is not forming ions. Then what will happen? If you have CH3Br, you have AgC triple bond N, ठीक है, this is not forming ions. Now nitrogen has lone pair of electron which it will give to carbon, this lone pair of electron, got it? The bond is not breaking, it is covalent, ठीक है? And
yes sir.
Carbon is not available, then which will attack this carbon, this lone pair, and the result of this will be what? CH3N triple bond C. This is called nitrile and this is called isonitrile. Got the answer?
Yes sir.
Important question for the exam, I am telling you, important question, must note it down, students. This has already been asked. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Similar situation will happen in the case of NO2 group. I have written this is another ambident nucleophile. Either oxygen or nitrogen can bond. And as you can see here, we have given two products, KNO2 and AgNO2. With KNO2, this compound is formed, which is called nitrite. And with AgNO2, you get nitroalkane. You can note it down. Both answers are same. Both the answers are same. These are the questions which are important, students. Ambident nucleophile. Any doubt, you can tell me.
No sir.
All right, then we are ending up our lecture here, students. We have told you the important nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides. And most important part, I have talked about ambident nucleophiles. Which is an important, very, very important question for chemistry. And therefore, good night, students. We will see you in
Okay, sir.
next class. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye sir.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Good night sir.